Well, the first thing I want to do is just apologize for the really bad upload schedule that I've had this second half of the month. Um, it's been it's been chaos because I have to move. A lot of things are all up in the air right now. I've got things packed up. My news desk has been dismantled, and it's being moved to the new place. And I gotta deal with a whole bunch of things, and things are just crazy. So, start of the next month, in a couple of days, everything should be back to normal, and videos will continue on the schedule that they're supposed to be on. So, I just wanted to apologize in the meantime that this has been going on. So, again, I gotta deal with a lot of this, and well, I'm sorry. Now, just to gonna give you a video in the meantime. Um, Canada right now is going through a sixth wave of COVID-19. Now, if you're a Canadian, or actually no, not even just a Canadian, but much of the world in general, the a lot of the governments of the world have decided that they've had enough of COVID restrictions and are now just throwing them away as if everything's over and everything's okay. One particularly bad culprit of this is the Ontario provincial government under Doug Ford. Now, I I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's not just him; it's other provinces as well, and a lot of the what's going on is that it's hurting the market. It it is. It's causing a great deal of damage everywhere. I mean, there's one of my favorite restaurants just recently announced that, he just barely made it through. He didn't think he was going to survive COVID, but he did, and I'm really glad to hear that because I don't know where else I'm going to be able to get a wood oven made pizza because I really like those. So with all the damage that it has been doing, I mean, we very clearly do see a contradiction here. What's it going to be, public health or corporate profits? And I think living in a capitalist system, we know which one that the government, the elected representatives of the bourgeoisie, are going to choose. And I think that's something that I think it's lost on a lot of people. I know it's not lost on you. My subscribers, other Marxists. It's not lost on them unless you happen to be a pantsock, in which you're probably a COVID conspiracy theorist. Anyway, this is the world we find ourselves in. One where the profits of an artificial entity, that being a corporation, is worth more than the health of actual people. And by people, I mean working and middle class people. I mean, let's face it, the rich are already going to have all the protections that they can buy. And I'm sure they're well aware of this too, that the entire system is just pandering to them in this, and a lot of this is probably going to get worse when you don't restrict in a situation like this. The virus spreads, and that's what Canada is facing right now: is a spread of this virus. And unfortunately, it's really hitting children in Ontario. As we're going through our sixth wave, a lot of it is disproportionately affecting children. Children being people who could not get vaccinated and are often exempt from wearing a mask. So basically, the government is saying that they have a lot of medical staff and volunteers that are off because of COVID. The actual medical staff are off because of COVID, and then there's more COVID patients showing up, so there's less people to actually take care of them. Now they're saying that, an average day, roughly 10 to 15% of the hospital's workforce has been off, with each staff member taking about 10 days away to recover, because it's not enough to just not have the symptoms. You have to no longer be infectious, and that's throwing a tremendous amount of pressure on the system. And they're saying that it's even worse on the staff now than it has been previously, and that they have less people to do more work. And in Saskatchewan, they're dealing with a surge of sick children alongside, the regular over-hospitalization. They've got 417 people in the province in the hospital with COVID-19, and this is starting to spread. This is starting to get a lot worse. The numbers in many provinces are going back up to pre-pandemic levels. But I mean, didn't the right get what they wanted? Oh no more lockdowns. Yeah, because freedom. No more wearing a mask because freedom. And no more being asked to get a vaccine because freedom. And let's face it, a lot of these politicians, their term is coming to an end, and a lot of them want to get reelected. What better way to stay in the good graces of a strained, a combination of people who are strained, COVID fatigue from doing the restrictions for so long, and people who are just psychopaths that don't think this virus is real, by getting rid of mandates. And the public is going to have to suffer as a result. But I mean, they don't care. Oh, what's it to them? A bunch of children die, but they were able to walk into a gas station and scream like a Karen without having to wear a mask. So I guess they really got what they wanted in the end. So that's just a brief overview of what's going on in Canada right now. Obviously, there's a great variety depending on which province, and then even greater variety when you go across national borders, different countries doing this and different countries doing that. So, I realize this was a lower quality video, and that's due to the fact that I'm moving and having to deal with a lot of things. So I do apologize. I hope this is good enough for you, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.